Hello there. It's the day 2 summary. Uh, Today I learned about integers and floats and booleans and a lot about different values and stuff. I first learned about how to print strings, and if I wanted to print like a single number. Then I learned about what an integer is, and it's just a basic number with no decimals. And it's easy to use basic simple math. And floats are numbers with decimals. And it's called float because the decimal point can float around anywhere within the number. The boolean is just true or false, and it's one of the few stuff in the code that actually needs a capital letter. The end-len function doesn't work on numbers. It only works on strings. So if you need to use the len function, you need to convert the integer into a string, and so on. So to convert data types, there's like very different ways. So it's the string, it's the float, it's the int to convert the data types. Then you can just do clever calculations with it and conversions to change how you want it to come out. And I learned like some basics, how the coding prioritizes different calculations, and it goes from the left to the right. And yeah, it's just normal basic math. Then I learned how to calculate BMI, and how to use my float and calculations and how I should print it. And first I used the int function to print the code and not having any decimals, but that's maybe not the best way to do it. Instead, I can just round it with the round function, and then I can choose the amount of decimals and so on. That's what we needed. Then it's for division, so you just get straight to what type of number it is and not the decimals at all. And it won't round up, or it will just round down. Like if you are 1 meter up in floor 5 on a building, you're still on floor 5. Then I learned how to perform calculations on a variable, use some shortcuts, and then I learned about f-string. So it's an easier way to just print out the different values instead of converting everything into strings. And I just need to be careful to put the f before everything, and then use the wavy brackets, what they are called. That's about it. And then I learned cool. Let's see here. Then I learned had my daily project, which was to print out how to calculate what tip you should pay when there's a group of people paying the bill, and how you should split it and what the exact value are with 2 decimals. And the course I'm looking at, I think she had a different way of thinking, but I think my code was more effective. She had more variables. I just like to have a little bit more shorter line. And she rounded up and stuff very, for me, a lot more annoying. So I like this code a lot more. Just, yeah, had an exact same function, just a little bit shorter. And then when I did my project done, I started learning about Linux, just what Linux is about Ubuntu and Red Hat, and what the course should be about. But it's not a big company making it. It's a lot of basically a lot of organizations, and there's different distributors, flavors they call it. And I will be using Ubuntu probably. So I've downloaded a virtual VM. So I downloaded Linux on that one. Installed, no, just done some really basic stuff. Just installed it, update it, do some guest additional files, and so on and so on. And that's basically the day two. I did not have time to do some JavaScript course on day two, but maybe on day three I will have time. Thank you for me.